Hey guys, I'm Grestar, and how about we watch RWBY Volume 1, Chapter 14, Forever Fall Part 2. Of course, make sure to click here to go to the official release first, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and then come back here and we'll watch it together. So we saw last time that Jaune decided to be brave and not throw the sap at Pyrrha, but instead to turn around and throw it right at Cardin's breastplate, and it was all pinkish purple and splotchy and everything. And then last we see is them grabbing Jaune, and we don't know what his fate is because, you know, of course that's when part 1 ended. But you know, RWBY earlier had given him this whole speech about being a leader and how he wasn't allowed to fail because he was a leader and people depended on him now. About how, you know, like, she thought he had what it took to actually be a good leader, etc, etc. So, you know, that seemed to work for him. It was a good enough pep talk, but unfortunately, you know, Cardin just had too much blackmail on it at the time. Yeah, he was coerced into going out and fetching wasps, essentially. What were they? Reaper wasps or something like that? Anyway, that's what the whole sap was about. Apparently the wasps are attracted to sweet stuff, and so the sap is super sweet. The sap from Forever Fall, by the way, or Forever Falls? The forest they're in. I don't know, it's all red and stuff. But yeah, that's why they were getting sap. And Team Cardinal wanted to get revenge on Pyrrha. So yeah, I just explained the episode to you. But yeah, so now we get to see what exactly happened to Jaune. I have nothing else to say at this point, so with that, let's get to watching. 3, 2, 1, play. I don't know, as always we have the intro and stuff with RWBY and Weiss and Blake and Yang. See how many people I can name. And that dude, Fire Lady, RWBY, Weiss, Blake, Yang, Jaune, and then there's Pyrrha, Ren, and Nora, and okay, so I know basically Team RWBY and Team Juniper, and that's about it. That's okay, I don't need to know anymore yet. I know, like, the headmaster's name was given, but I just don't remember it. It's
that wasn't
something.
Very smart, Johnny boy.
Ozpin?
I'm gonna make sure they send you back to mommy in teeny tiny pieces.
I don't care
what
you do to me.
That's very violent.
But you are not messing with my team.
What? You think talk like that makes you tough? You think you're a big,
not even on
strong
the floor.
man now?
Was that his aura? Or semblance? I don't know the difference quite yet. Aura was like health, right? So that must be his semblance.
Let's see how much of a man you really are.
Uh-oh. That's an Ursa, right? Do they like the sap too? Oh, snap! Here comes the sap!
That's a big Ursa!
Yeah, no kidding. He's okay. He'll be fine. Does Jaune have to go? Does he have to go save him? Uh-oh. You can do it, Jaune. Be the bigger person.
Did you guys hear that?
Ursa! Ursa!
What? Where?
Back there!
Like, he's
It's got
sprinting, and she
Cardin!
just completely takes it, you know?
Jaune!
Like, does she flinch even?
Yang, you and Blake, go get Professor Goodwitch. You two, go with them. There could be more.
Uh-oh. Jaune, what are you doing at this point? I need to know.
Oh no.
Okay, good. He is there. Good, good. Also quite strong to be able to just take that blow, too. That is a big bear.
Wait.
Focus! You can do it, Jaune! Or, yeah. Uh-oh, his health is low. According to his studies, that's when he should back off. Yes? Did she raise his... Oh, snap. That was a good decap.
What?
How did
Well, Ruby has her speed. You have your glyphs. My semblance is polarity.
Oh, you can control
Oh,
poles.
No,
okay.
you dunce. It means she has control over
Like
magnetism.
magnets, right? Yeah.
Magnets are cool too. Wait, where are you going?
Yeah, we gotta tell them what happened. We could. Or perhaps we could just keep it our little secret.
Yeah, I'm good with that. You know, the second one.
Holy crap, Jaune?
Don't ever mess with my team, my friends, ever again. Got it?
Well, do you? Take your silence as a yes and leave. Goes on, yeah. Sometimes I do want to say Jaune,
No
because like
Cardin
Jaune, you know,
tonight?
but Jaune.
I thought you two were best buds.
Pyrrha, I'm sorry. I was a jerk. You were only trying to be nice, and I had all this stupid macho stuff in my head.
Jaune, it's okay. Your team really misses their leader, you know.
Aw.
You should come down. Ren made pancakes.
What? Pancakes
Syrup,
at
but
night?
You can thank Nora for that.
It's awesome.
Wait. I know I don't deserve it after all that happened, but would you still be willing to help me? To help me become a better fighter?
Yeah.
Hey!
Your stance is all wrong. You need to be wider and lower to the ground.
He wasn't fighting then, silly.
Let's try that again.
Or they could just hold hands. That's nice too. Okay. Alright, let's see how long this one was. Oh. It was actually longer than I thought it was, like longer than it felt. I guess just the battle made it seem faster? I don't know. Anyway, for those of you curious, even though it's probably... Pre-order now, November 12th, RWBY Volume 1 DVD Collection. Alright, so yes, this one was 6 minutes and 8 seconds long, and good news, I did enjoy it. Okay, so let's talk about why I enjoyed it, I suppose. Well, first, talk about the end of Jaune's Part 2. I believe after watching that, I said that I would be disappointed if they, you know, introduced that and then just got rid of it so soon. But honestly, with how they got rid of it, with how they had, you know, Team Cardinal, because I assume they're going to back off a little bit. Maybe not. I still imagine they're going to be antagonistic, but not full-out antagonist. You know, there's a difference, you know, doing something and being something. Like, being antagonistic versus being an antagonist, there is a difference there. So I assume they're not going to be flat-out antagonists anymore, but I assume they're still just going to be kind of douchey people. It seems possible to me. I don't know, it does seem like Cardin has a newfound respect for Jaune, at least to a certain point. He did save his life after all, so dang right, you know. But I just don't see him completely changing. I could be surprised. Anyway, I believe that I said that I'd be disappointed if it was resolved within this next two-parter, and this was the next two-parter. So, am I disappointed? No, not really, actually. Because like I said, I don't think that Team Cardinal is going to go away as a problem just indefinitely, like completely. And with how it was resolved, being resolved, you know, by Jaune in his entirety pretty much, you know, where first in the last part he was brave enough not to throw the sap on Pyrrha, so, you know, he took a stand even though he was afraid, I'm sure. And then, you know, after this, when he could have just let the Ursa go after Cardin, who'd been, you know, just like ruining his life for the past who knows how long. I don't remember if they actually said. He could have just let the Ursa, you know, kill him or whatever. But he didn't. He actually stepped forward and he was able to fight his own battle, aside from that little help from Pyrrha, but he doesn't need to know about that, right? And he, you know, grew because of it. And so, even though we did get rid of, like, the immediate problem of Team Cardinal so soon after it was established, what came from getting rid of it, you know, the growth and development of Jaune, I think was worthwhile. So, I'm totally fine with that. You know, and the fact, too, we got to see a little bit of his semblance, I want to say, it's hard to differentiate. I don't think they have explicitly stated the difference yet. I know that, you know, a bit of it was... They talked a little bit about it, you know, Pyrrha did, to Jaune when Ren was fighting the snake, but I just honestly don't remember everything that was said at that point. I only remember her talking about auras anyway, but I don't know. It just seems like I have to equate it to their health bar at this point, and I'm thinking that semblance is more like their power, but I don't know. I will learn in time. But on top of that, we got to learn about, you know, Pyrrha's semblance, which again, I'm going to say, but I could be wrong, so, you know, you could just kindly correct me if I am. And one of the funniest parts was when RWBY, you know, seemed in awe that Pyrrha could control poles. And when RWBY said that, I didn't actually think that RWBY literally meant poles. I thought she meant poles as in like north and south, meaning that she knew it was about magnetism, you know? Because I knew that it was about magnetism. It didn't even occur to me that she could have been making a mistake. But after she was corrected, just like the mumble of like, magnets are cool too or whatever, it was kind of subtle, but it was funny. And I mean, I appreciate the fact that it was kind of subtle, you know, that it was just that little still in awe mumble. It was cute, so I appreciated that. And then of course in the end, you know, Jaune is back with his team. He made up to Pyrrha, and then I assume that after their little bit of training, or at least hand-holding, which was totally rigorous, I might add, you know, they're going to go back down and enjoy pancakes, hopefully together. And I just see it as being, you know, like a team bonding moment, or at least they're reunited, you know, and that's all that I can ask for at this point. So I'm glad that it did happen that way. I wonder what the point of them getting the sap was. I don't remember if it was explained in part 1. Maybe it was just for doing so. Maybe it's for a school banquet. I don't think so, but that would be kind of cool. I don't know. But the point of it was just to see the character growth. And, you know, one of the reasons that I am more satisfied with this one is because it did resolve something, you know, like there was conflict set in motion, and this one did resolve it, and so it did have more of a finished arc, in my opinion. The unfortunate part is that it took 3 episodes in order to actually like reach that point, you know, to first create the problem and then carry it through, which, you know, with the time that this took, I think it could have been done in 1 episode if you have a typical length episode, or at least one like real 2-parter, you know, with like Jaundice part 1 and 2 being the real part 1, and then Forever Fall being the real part 2. You know, if you had that, I think it would have been a lot better, because Jaundice part 1 and 2 would have better set up the problem, and Forever Fall part 1 and 2 would have better resolved it, you know? So I still do wish that these episodes were longer, that they had more content. Not necessarily that they were longer, but just that, you know, like part 1 and part 2 were instead merged, possibly with a 3rd one, that kind of thing, instead of having these 6-7 minute episodes. So, you know, I am still going to give it that critique. I am trying to step away and look at it more as a whole, but I still think that, you know, I'm still standing by myself, my opinion, that, you know, they should be longer, that they should have more content, and they shouldn't end as abruptly as they do. That's my opinion, but I am still enjoying the show, and I believe at this point I only have 2 more episodes in Volume 1, and then we will be moving on to Volume 2 of RWBY, where things supposedly improve. So, yay! I'm looking forward to that. I hope you guys are too. Let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments below, whether this 2-parter or the 4-parter, if you want to call it that. But yes, and then we'll all be good. Just don't spoil things, and yeah. With that though, we're calling it here. Cue outro, go!